Due to customer request, we would like to share how to properly remove and install the Ram Promaster headlight assemblies. It's easy to damage some parts if not properly removed or installed. Removal. Step 1. Remove the two upper bezel trim panel thumb screw fasteners. Number 2 Phillips screwdriver may be needed depending on how tight they were installed. Step 2. Gently remove the upper bezel trim panel by lifting from the bottom after the fasteners are removed. There will be two push-pin fasteners holding it in place. Step 3. Remove the lower bezel trim panel fastener with a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Step 4. Once removed, there will be two clips in the center of the bezel trim panel that will have to be undone from underneath the headlight assembly on the inside. Be careful not to force the lower bezel trim panel off the locking tabs. Forcing them could break either side of the clips on the trim panel or the headlight assembly. Lastly, there will be two push-and-lock style clips at the closest point to the fender, which should pop out of the fender assembly with little force. Note, the clips closest to the fender on the lower bezel may not retain to the bezel and will need to be removed from the fender assembly and installed back onto the bezel for reinstallment. Step 5. Locate and remove the three headlight assembly fasteners. The fasteners will have a 10 mm hexagon-shaped head. Step 6. With the three headlight assembly fasteners removed, you can gently pull the headlight assembly straight forward, releasing it from the fender and body. Once the headlight is away from the fender and body, you can release the electrical connector by depressing the connector's locking tab on top of the connector. Step 7. Once you have the headlight assembly removed, you can inspect and replace any bulbs if needed. Care must be taken when replacing the high and low beam bulbs, as the plastic retainer on the bulb connector breaks easily. LeetonAuto.com stocks a pigtail repair for this issue as well as all the bulbs. Installation. Step 1. Connect the electrical connector to the back of the headlight assembly. Step 2. Install the headlight assembly into the fender and body resting location. Note, use the three fastener bolt holes to verify the headlight is in the correct orientation. Step 3. After you have verified the headlight is in the correct orientation, hand start the three 10 mm hexagon head fasteners. Once hand tight, use a ratchet or similar tool to finish tightening the three fasteners. Step 4. Install the lower bezel trim panel below the headlight. Be sure to start with the two metal clips closest to the fender. Once the two clips are installed, work the panel around the front of the headlight towards the center of the vehicle to ensure both center clips are fastened as well. Step 5. Install the lower bezel trim panel fastener with a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Step 6. Install the upper bezel trim panel above the headlight. Note, the fender will overlap the upper corner of the trim panel. Visually inspect the two pushpin fasteners for alignment into the tabs on top of the headlight assembly and pop the trim panel into place. Step 7. Install the two thumb screw fasteners into the side of the upper bezel trim panel by hand. Step 8. Visually inspect the headlight assembly for proper operation of all lights after installation process is complete. FleetandAuto.com, your source for quality fleet solutions.